Okay, 2024 election prediction map. Okay. So first I'll fill out all the safe red states, the states that we know are gonna be won by Trump with no way that they're gonna flip against him. And these are all the likely states, no, likely states. States that are most likely gonna vote for him. Now, let's fill in all the solid states for Harris. And the likely, I'm gonna leave New Hampshire blank actually. I don't think it's likely in this election. It's a lot tighter. There we go. And now Harris is leading 202. Now I'm gonna fill in the lean victory margins, but higher lean, if you know what I'm trying to say. Oh wait, also Trump likely there. Missouri and Texas are like the two states that have actually shifted towards the left in this election. Because Biden won by so much, right? That even though Harris is gonna do worse than Biden, it's that's kind of a given. Usually, when vice presidents run, they end up doing worse than their predecessors. You saw it with Al Gore in 2000 and all of this. But I'm going to say pretty confidently Harris will win New Mexico, despite what Trump has been doing. Trump's campaign in New Mexico and Virginia, they're not going to flip. Same thing with Texas. Despite being more competitive than Florida now, which I will say is lean red, I do not see the Democrats being able to win Texas. But this is around a 2 to 3 point victory. Texas is now going to be the biggest swing state in a while. And California has been trending to the right. Obama won it by like 30 points. Clinton won it by like 25 points. Biden won it by like 23 points. It's been shifting back to the right. I think these states, all of these four big states, they're eventually going to be all quite competitive, as larger states tend to have a massive urban-rural divide, and they will end up eventually shifting towards the center, as we see going on in these three states, as we see going on in these two states very significantly. New York has seen a little bit of it, and so is Florida. I will nextly be giving Pennsylvania to Trump in a lean victory. I feel like Trump's really put a lot of money and funding into Pennsylvania. He'll be able to win that state quite easily. I don't really see Harris having a path in Pennsylvania. However, I feel the Rust Belt will actually split up in this election. And Wisconsin and Michigan will be going to Harris. Now, Harris is at 247 and Trump is at 232. We have these states left. 4 of these are extremely competitive. Now, Iowa had the poll that said Harris is leading by 3. That poll is completely wrong. Ignore it. Harris is not going to win. However, she will make massive improvements in the state of Iowa, as Iowa is traditionally more Democratic. It was due to Trump. As we see, it's shifting back to the left. Now, New Hampshire, I will say it would be a high lean or low likely victory, like between 4 to 6 points for the Democrats. And these 4 states will be the ones deciding the election. The Rust Belt is what people always say is deciding the election. They always say this is going to be what the map looks like. And whoever wins a Rust Belt state will end up winning the election. However, this is simply not true, as the Rust Belt, as we've seen, Harris leads by 1%. Harris leads by 1%. Trump's leading by around like 0.8% here. 1%, like 1.2, something like that. I'm actually going to categorize Michigan as less than Wisconsin. This is a bit of an interesting Rust Belt scenario. It's not the most likely, but it is possible. Now, Nevada, the state is showing very competitive. However, Democrats have been underestimated in the state a lot. Trump was supposed to win this in 2020. He did not win it. by a good margin. I'm gonna say Arizona is gonna go tilt for Trump, as again Democrats have been underestimated in this state, which I believe would lead it to be a very slight Trump victory in these two states. North Carolina had that whole governor or whoever he was scandal. It's going for Harris. It negatively would have affected Trump there, and Georgia will be going to Trump. However, keep in mind these four states can probably go either way. I'm quite confident in my prediction in all of these other states. It is these four states that will be the ones deciding the elections. This election. However, in 2028, you will not be able to apply this logic. Texas, as we've seen, getting more competitive. Virginia, New Mexico, they're both shifting back to the right. Iowa, same story. You're going to have a much wider playing field in the next election. Now let me put my map back together where Harris is winning 273 to 265. Okay. Well, I guess this was a video. I just had to upload something. It's been a while and I thought I could have done it on this. Uploads, yeah, they're gonna get a bit more up, I guess. It's not gonna be Algodo. I'm kind of done with it. It's taking too much time and effort to do Algodo. Yeah. Algodo is like, very trial and error, I guess. It's a bit difficult.